Konnichiwa, y'all, and welcome to the 10 at 10 for April 29th of 2025. That still sounds ridiculous, 2025. I'm an 80s baby. All right, guys, we have an open house coming up very soon. That's going to be a May 26th, Memorial Day, that Monday. We've already announced it. We got Jim Putnam of HortTube. He's going to be our keynote speaker here, guys. You're definitely going to want to come see that. Brief meet and greet as well, so you can ask questions. Get to meet Jim Putnam of HortTube here in person on Memorial Day. We're going to have a food truck. We're going to be open from 8 to 4. I think it's going to be a dope time. I think it's going to be just like one of our biggest open houses ever. I don't know how you go bigger, but we've got Jim Putnam coming in. It's going to be huge.
And if you're coming and you want to shoot a top 5, let us know. We'll be shooting lots of top 5s that day. Get excited, though. It's a fun time where there's people who love gardening and love Japanese maples just like you do. They'll be here. You can make a lot of cool friends from all around the country. We have people who drive in from Texas, California, people who fly in from, we've had some people come from South America. I mean, it's crazy, crazy. I was so excited last time to meet some of the furthest people I think we've ever had come from that. We had one person who was actually helping here at MrMaple from Nigeria.
Yeah, she won, but she was here. I was a foreign exchange student before that, but she was here for open house, so I don't know. We'll count it, I guess. Nakata-san almost took the cake. He was a week off before. He would have been from Japan, so he'd have been the all-time. He could have been 1 week later. 2 weeks later, he might have been the all-time reigning distance taker, but he did come to visit us from Japan.
So open house, May 26th, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. You're going to want to be here. It's a fun time. There's going to be tons of cool Japanese maples. Let's get into today's 10 at 10.
Let's fly into it in style.
Let's fly in with Firefly.
Love it, guys. This is one of the dopest plants out there. You hear me sing its praises. My favorite reticulated Japanese maple.
I mean, right now you can still see some of those just strong pink-red hues coming in. Green veins, lime green veins, some cream in there as well. It's a next level reticulated Japanese maple that continues to change each and every season. And that changing effect with very strong reticulated variegation is the reason why everyone loves this tree, because it looks different in the spring, it looks different in the late spring, it looks different in the summer. Guys, it's going to be one of your favorite trees.
I pick it over anything. I take it over the whole Ghost series, take it over all the new Ghosts. If I were picking one reticulated Japanese maple to rule them all, I'd pick the Firefly. I love this thing. A little more narrow than most too, so you get not necessarily, I wouldn't say columnar, but definitely narrow. So, you know, 8 to 10 foot tall tree, only about 4 to 5 foot wide. Kind of all the branches arch up, almost a more of a street tree-like fashion. Brilliant red fall color, brilliant border, kind of a reddish border on the new growth of the summer. Get your cameras out and get ready if you get a Firefly, because every single time you take photos of this one, it's different, and every single time it looks absolutely amazing.
And some great size 1 gallons right now on Firefly. Take advantage of these. They're going to sell out quick. Guys, we got some really cool items on this 10 at 10, so get excited, y'all.
Down to zone 5, grab you a Firefly.
Y'all, next up, we've got Acer Sherwood Elephant. This is such an amazing introduction. I like it just because it's small stature. I think one of my favorite times I've had recently sitting and talking with a maple legend was sitting down with Paul Lowe on his porch and talking about his introductions like Sherwood Elephant.
Probably his most famous one. Talon definitely helped make this one popular. It's a classic. Talon started offering it pretty early on. Harold Johnson probably got into Talon. Paul, you know, kind of an apprentice of Harold Johnson, worked with him early on. A lot of co-introductions with him. Guys, this thing is dope. I remember going there the first time I went there. It's probably like 2009 or 2010. Richard Bomar almost bought the original one from him. So cool of a plant. I wish he would have, because it probably not my display garden by now. Love Richard. Awesome plant, guys. This thing is significant. I think it's really cool because it's not truly a lace leaf, although it gives you a lot of lace leaf vibes. This one is a dwarf compact tree, 3 foot tall, 4 foot wide. Put it in one of those mini categories for Japanese maples, especially in that 10-year period. It's definitely going to be one of the smaller ones. Awesome for container gardening, kind of just low and spreading. It's actually a seedling Paul Lowe found on Sherwood Flame, so pretty cool there. Absolutely next level plant. I think you're going to love this one.
Yeah, it's heat tolerant, it's dwarf, it's a great container plant, and it's very unique just simply because it's got that Matsumuri and that dense compact form rather than making that larger upright tree like something like Sherwood Flame or Burgundy Lace. I mean, this is such a beautiful, unique tree. You're gonna need it.
Grab you one of these great fall colors as well. Gonna be down to zone 5. Excellent container plant. All right, we're bringing about a lot of my favorites today. We went from my favorite reticulated one early to maybe my favorite lace leaf. It tends to be the top of my list every single time. Guys, we got Germaines Girration. Let's get it gyrating up in here.
I love Germaines Girration because it gets so big so quick. It makes that big specimen out there in the landscape, And that twisted, contorted habit that Germaines Girration is famous for is beautiful. It's one of the most architecturally interesting lace leaves out there in the landscape and garden. And it gets out there and makes that statement quickly. It looks like a 100-year-old specimen in 10, 15 years. And that's what makes this tree so special.
10 foot tall, 10 foot wide in 10 years, making this the fastest grower of the weeping forms of lace leaves. Guys, this one is incredible. A lot of people come up and they'll go, oh, I'll be dead and gone before that thing's, well, this one's gonna get out there. I mean, people are like, what are you, 20? I'm in my 40s. This one will get big in your lifetime. It grows quickly. Now, you do need a space for it. Like, give this one some room. It's gonna get out there, golden yellows, oranges in the fall, heat tolerant, fast growing. Absolutely love it. I think, again, it's probably my all-time favorite lace leaf for growth rate, for fall color, for durability. These are high grafts. They're grafted about this high up. You can always start this one in a container and enjoy it close, but you're gonna need some space for this one. Give it some room to spread out. This one grows so quickly, you get some really interesting contorted branching. Typically, you don't even need to prune this one to have a very aesthetically pleasing tree that you can see into, which I absolutely love as well, because it kind of just forms its own structures that make you kind of look like you know what you're doing if you're a master pruner. It makes you look like, you know, you're at that Dan Everett, Chris Jewell level of like trimming everything, but it really just kind of gives you some of those plateaus and spacings a lot on its own, which I think is so next level.
Guys, next up we've got the original Acer Palmatum Peaches and Cream. And right now it's really putting on its really nice peach stage, and then Matt's actually getting a little bit of that cream.
This might be my second favorite variegated one. If I were picking, this would be a close one to Firefly, guys. The original form is awesome. A lot of times confused with white peaches. I think this one's so special. The original Peaches and Cream will give you a peach stage and a cream stage. Absolutely beautiful. Go to more of a yellow fall color as well. Dense, full, upright. Push the sunlight on this one. Much like Firefly, you know, if you can give it a little bit more sun, in the hotter zones, you're gonna have to protect it. But if you're in a more mild zone where you can kind of push the sunlight with this, you can really get some funky colors on it. I mean, you can get some of that peach stage to just look insane. Typically 8 to 10 foot tall in 15 years. Absolutely next level and very dense and full.
Yeah, man, I love the pure yellow fall color as well. That's really striking when it's just that pure yellow. I mean, it's got that good upright structure as well. And like, it's one of the most intense reticulated styles that is different than what you see out there in the trade. And that's the reason I love this selection by Yamina Rare Plant Nursery in Australia. This is a next level reticulated style tree. It's a classic, but I'm telling you, it's still one of the best.
You're gonna want this, the OG correct form on this one. Kind of getting hard to find. You see what's mostly sold in the trade right now as white peaches is sold as peaches and cream. There may be a sport off this that turns into white peaches. That may be part of the problem with that. I always let people know these are the OG original form. You're gonna absolutely love this one. Grab it for your garden today. I remember talking to Brian Rule back in Oklahoma about this one. We'll get him in some 10 at 10s coming up soon. Once he got the original form here, he was like, that is the most next level color I've ever seen. All right, guys, we are doing it. We are finally dropping the Bazinga here on the 10 at 10, guys. This one will sell out quickly. Highly anticipated red form of Macawa. Awesome looking plant. Introduction by our friend Ed Shin.
Yeah, he named this after Sheldon Cooper, who always said Bazinga in The Big Bang Theory. And it's such a really cool tree because it gives you some of those red colors that's familiar with that red shirt. This is a small, tightly layering Macawa Tsabusa. Like, just one of the better red colors on any of the Macawa variants. Yeah,
I love this one, guys. Really colorful. We've had it once or twice before at open house. People think it's never open house. Haven't been at never open house, but we are dropping these here today for you on the 10 at 10. They will sell out quickly, so I recommend if you're going after a Bazinga today, check out right away. Go back and add other items to cart later. Let our office know they can combine those for you. Bazinga is choice, though, guys. It is a very nice one. Give this one some sunlight. I have several of these in the ground around my place. Early morning sun, late day shade will give you your best colors on this. For some reason, they tend to color up better in the sun and the ground. So if you're putting this one in a shady spot for the winter, once it starts to leaf out, if it leaves out in like a shed, you're probably gonna get mostly green that season. So just be advised of that. Won't be incorrect, but it will affect your colors for the first of the season.
Now with Bazinga, it's known for having that really good red color, but environmental factors can affect the leaf out where you can actually get multi-tones across the tree.
That's pretty common with Ed's original and the ones we have in the ground.
Yeah, and I've seen that plenty of times with many different Macawa variations in the ground. I don't really think it's a sport on Bazinga myself. because even all grafts do that similar thing when you put them in the ground.
It's conditional, and I've had ours be yellow with the bright red new growth on top. Kind of the fun thing about Macawa trees, or the Macawa family, there is a great deal of variance every single year. I always try to let people know that. Some years you'll have more green, some years you'll have more red. This one though, selected for that red, very consistent, absolutely beautiful. I think you're gonna love this one in the garden. Again, don't wait guys, they will sell out fairly quickly. All right, bro, what do we got next?
Guys, we got some nice 3 gallons of Acer Palmatum Rayus. These things have a really nice cascading form. They're heavily pendulous, super heat tolerant, super durable, and they typically have some good fall color too.
Again, one of those bulletproof plants. Don't stand behind it as a shield, but it's bulletproof in the environment. You will love this one for its ability to take cold, heat, sun, rain, wind. It's super durable. I love Rayus. Coming from Kobayashi Momiji in Japan, same people that brought you Tsubukiyama introduced Rayus. How about that for you know, they got a pretty good top 5. I'll give them that. Absolutely love this one though. Heat tolerant to the max, guys. So a lot of people put this in full sun in high heat environments, and they'll say, how high heat environments? I've seen this growing in full sun in Dallas, in the Dallas Arboretum there. You want to get it established, so you definitely got to give it some water to get it established in a higher heat zone like that, but on the very upper scale for durability in sunlight.
These are staked up to right around 2 feet, so you can really have something that's already got a little bit of height to it. You can continue to stake this up, but remember, you don't have to stake it straight up. You can allow twists and curves in the trunk to make it more architecturally interesting. I mean, it's such a beautiful tree out there in the landscape, and it's so easy for any gardener to use.
We've had some before that were staked up a little higher. I really like where these are at staked here. I mean, they're just as big a trees. They're not staked as high though. Perfect for the container right now. I mean, you want to put this in a patio planter, it's gonna look awesome. Gives you great oranges and yellows and reds in the fall. Typically, orange and red kind of dominate the fall color on this one. Again, durable as they come. Grab you a Rayusin today. All right, guys, next up, we've got some awesome looking 2 gallons. These things are big. They're Buckholz grown. They're excellent sizes. Guys, we got some 2 gallon Orange Dream.
Yeah, Orange Dream is a selection by Ghirardelli Nursery in Italy. It's one of the first yellows, and it can get some bleached out yellows during the summer months. I do recommend pushing out a little bit into the sun to try to get as much as you can of that just bleached out effect. But protection from the hot afternoon sun, especially in hotter climates, is required with this Japanese maple.
Yeah, you don't want to put it in full sun all the time. I've seen this, like, say, in Florence, South Carolina, in a container, and they were pushing that spring sunlight, just getting some insane pink, bleached out white, yellow, really glows. If you're getting the ground and you're giving it a little bit of early morning sun, a milder climate, you get some nice oranges on it, which surprises me some seasons. Great orange fall color though, absolutely love it. Fast grower, typically over a foot of growth a year, so 10 foot in 10 years is very common for this one. Tends to densen out, as it, like at first you'll see Orange Dream kind of be a little more narrow looking, so it's not columnar. It does tend to fill out and get a little denser as it ages, but an absolute great grower, and one of those things that really brings some color to your garden. If you have a shady spot and you want some intense yellows, think about Orange Dream. All right, let's bring back another fan favorite. What do we got next, Tim?
Guys, next up we got some 2 gallons of Acer Palmatum Pixie. This is a dwarf compact red, tightly layering habit, and it's really beautiful. I mean, I fell in love with this tree at Richard Bomar's house in South Carolina, seeing his big specimen he had right there in his front yard. I mean, it just gets this nice shorter stature, and that layering habit is next level.
Perfect red upright for a lot of folks who are looking for something that's not going to be gigantic in the landscape. I mean, typically 5 to 6 foot in 10 years, very picked up pink colors. It's not uncommon for this one to have, you know, darker maroon growth with pink new growth, absolutely showy. It's got a very divided leaf to it as well, which gives it a really nice palette for all that color. More of a scarlet red in the fall. Pixie tends to stay short and narrow. So a 6 foot tall tree of this typically is its widest at the canopy, and then it kind of just arches back down to the base. So not a very wide tree, even a 6 foot tall tree, something like 3 to 4 feet wide, making it fit in so many different landscapes. Again, another one, looks great in a container. You can put this in a big patio planter. If you want a small upright for a container, Pixie's a great choice.
I also love the dynamic spring interest that Pixie provides out there in the garden. It can be one of the more pink-red colors for an upright dwarf, which is really outstanding. I know when we did garden shows and people would see that extreme pink color in the early spring, they would fall in love with Pixie because it's really more intense color than many of your other dwarf reds.
Grab you some awesome looking 2 gallons today. All right, guys, let's bring back some Red Dragons in 3 gallons. Always a fan favorite as well. Red Dragon from Red Maple Nurseries. Awesome. It's kind of the fire grow of lace leaves, mid-sized, typically 4 to 5 feet tall, 4 to 5 foot wide. Some of the best red intensity you'll get in the spring and summer and a great scarlet red in the fall as well.
The fact that this tree is slower growing makes it easier to fit in most people's landscape. And these are grafted up about 20 inches, and they're gonna just slowly cascade down. And in that 4 to 5 foot in height by 4 to 5 foot in width, this makes it an easily manageable lace leaf for the garden. And you mentioned fire glow, it's like the fire glow of lace leaves, and that's because when you give this tree some sunlight, it gets orange to the backside of the leaf and sort of glows in the sunlight, especially as the wind blows. We've got a great cultivar highlight on Red Dragon where you can actually see that effect on camera. It's an outstanding tree that adds some really bright color.
This is kind of cool. You won't be able to see it up close, but if you look at a Red Dragon leaf, the back of it being the horns, you kind of get a bearded Chinese dragon. Something once you show children about that, they'll always think about this one being a dragon tree. Really cool plant to be growing. It's an all-time classic. If you know Japanese maples, you definitely know Red Dragon. Some awesome looking sizes out here today.
Guys, next up, and our last tree on today's 10 at 10, we've got Golden Falls in 2 gallons.
Hey, did you hear Jim Putnam's gonna be at open house?
What?
That guy that runs HortTube, he's awesome. It'll be incredible. Be here. That's gonna be May 26th from 8 to 4. Special guest speaker, Jim Putnam of HortTube. You definitely wanna be part of that.
Bazinga. No, this is actually Golden Falls again. Y'all, 2 gallons, these things are staked up to right around 2 feet. They've got that strong cascading habit and that yellow color. So if you're looking for something like Rayusin or something to pair with that Rayusin we were talking about earlier, this gives you a similar habit, but a different color.
Grab one each, put a Rayusin in one container, a Golden Falls in the other. What a fun pairing. This one is like the weeping Katsura of Rayusin style. So kind of it's like Rayusin times Katsura. You get that orange border to it in the early spring, then that fading to yellow, lime green midsummer, more of a bold red to orange in the fall. Absolutely beautiful and a perfect pairing with Rayusin. If you love Rayusin, this one's gonna be just the same shape, just the same growth pattern, completely different colors. I like to stake this one up to about 5 to 6 feet tall, kind of let it cascade down from there. In the planter, you actually can let it, weep down below the container at times, which can give you a really, dramatic effect on your porch, that kind of flowing out effect.
And if you can give this tree more sunlight, you can actually pick up those yellow colors on Golden Cascade in those summer months, giving you a dynamic yellow color in the landscape that brings out all the other colors in the garden. Guys, love Golden Falls. This is a tree you should definitely get.
Guys, don't kill us on those Bazingas today. They will sell out very quickly. We've got a great looking set. There'll be more in the future. If you want that one, make sure to check out right away. Again, bear with us. It takes us 2 years to produce stuff. I always let people know it's not a right away process. People go, when are you just gonna do more? Well, we're doing as many as humanly possible for you on that one. Any of the cool Mokawa types, we keep bringing them back and at very affordable prices. So grab that one quickly today. If you don't get one today, be patient. They will be back.
Y'all, appreciate y'all jumping in. Make sure you come here to the open house on May 26th. It's going to be an awesome time as well. And take care.
God bless.
And have a great day.